good evening, good afternoon. How are we? How are we? How are we? It's Sunday, and I've just got back from watching Saturday Night Fever at a beautiful Art Deco old movie house in Adelaide. And so I thought I'd just jump on while I'm down an abandoned beach because of the algae bloom that's affecting Adelaide and South Australian coasts. Anyone that's in Australia will actually know what I'm talking about, probably, I dare say. Yeah, it means the beaches. People aren't coming down the beaches, so I'll just flick you around so you can see. So yeah, nobody here. A few people right down there. But on the whole, there's Freddie. Woohoo, Freddie! Yeah, but on the whole, people are staying away from the beach, really, because the algae bloom, not good, really. But anyway, Saturday Night Fever, people forget, one, what a great movie it was, two, how fantastic the soundtrack was, and three, how brutal it was. I mean, it was a really brutal movie that was talking about, almost teenagers. You forget how young they all were in it. Like, Tony was 19, and, the rape scene, and really the young lad who almost, like the suicide thing, but not suicide, where he jumps off the bridge. Sorry if that's a spoiler alert for anybody. But yeah, the things that we kind of accepted as the norm in the 80s suddenly come back in, and you suddenly go, man, yeah, that was real. We really did. As women, I have to say, as women, we really were kind of like, oh, if you dressed a certain way, you acted a certain way, you were pretty much asking for it. And man, there were some crazy, trippy times. And I'm old enough to have lived through that. And the things that I possibly put up with back in the day, in the 80s, I wouldn't dream of allowing those things to happen to me now, or allowing, people to speak to me in the way that they did. And I don't think it's just an age thing. I might be wrong. Comment down below if you think it's an age thing. I do think that, times have changed for the better. Still not great. Let's not pretend, people. But in comparison to where we were in the 80s on how women, were treated and just expected to, pretty much flirt and take the sexual innuendos and everything, and bow down and pretty much, do whatever it took to get on in the world. And I'm very grateful that things are changing. I really am. But wow, it really opened my eyes up to what it really was like. People. Guys, now, if you're 19, 20, 21, I doubt you'll be watching this because it's not really your type of channel, but it was rough, people. It was rough. The wolf whistling, the shouting and name calling as you're walking down the street, and even that, if you got that, then there were women that would then give you abuse or give you grief about the fact that, like, well, you must be asking for it, look at what you're wearing, or your parents did, or it's just, yeah. What one movie delved into a huge psyche of my 80s growing up. I was with very strict parents, thank God, because God knows what trouble I would have got in. And I mean that sincerely. So even though I hated my parents at the time for being so ridiculously strict, and I mean ridiculously strict, I don't think I went to a nightclub until I was 20, didn't go to pubs, etc., etc. But I have to say, I think they probably did the best thing, because Lordy Miss Claudia, I think I was a very naive 16, 17, 18-year-old, and I probably could have got myself into a spot of bother, because I probably would have been that girl that wanted to wear the short skirt and all the makeup and the tight top. So, as much as I may have hated it then, I'm kind of grateful now. Anyway, that's about it really. I'm going to show you Sammy the seagull over there, who kind of like has a wander with us. And he's just over there. And sometimes he comes walking with us and follows us, flies down with us. The beach, I'll just run up and show you real quick what the algae is about. I don't know whether you can see it. It's like a foam that's, yeah. And unfortunately, what it's doing is it's suffocating. It's suffocating all of the fish and the crustaceans. So it's actually really kind of sad at the moment that that's going on. It's not too bad down here today. The beach is actually quite clear. Whereas some days when I've been down here, it's been like Armageddon. It's just been hundreds, if not thousands, of dead little fish. So it's nice to see the beach is clean. Unfortunately, we've still got the algae bloom coming in a little bit, but it seems to be getting a bit better. So that's good. Anyway, I'm going to go home now, make a cup of tea, maybe see if I can find Staying Alive and watch Staying Alive, seeing as how I've watched Saturday Night Fever. But that's about it. I'm going to go home. Have a lovely Sunday, everybody. And if you're just waking up, good morning, good morning, good morning. If you're just going to bed, good night, sweet dreams, sweet dreams. And remember, everybody, try and be lovely to retail staff. It's a hard-ass job out there. All right, people. Take care. Bye.